Hey folks, welcome to Wake Up Charlotte to Go. I'm Ben. He, of course, Larry Sprinkle. Just the two of us today.
Yeah.
That's all you need, though.
Should be a song.
I think it might have been at one
May
point.
have been way back.
All eyes on the forecast today, not only because it's Friday and the weekend is just hours away for a lot of folks, but also we're still watching Lee. Still a far way away, but still.
I mean, when I got up this morning and looked at the latest stats on that, and it just intensified so quickly to a Category 5. Now, we thought eventually it would happen. Here's the latest. This is the latest advisory. When you see 165 miles an hour, that's not a wind gust. That's if you're in the middle of this. It
Sustained,
is
right?
Sustained wind.
Wow.
I mean, that's devastating. That's destructive. There would be nothing left. It's catastrophic, is the way it's described. Luckily, it's over 600 miles to the east of the northern Leeward Islands. That means it's east of places like the Virgin Islands, British and American Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, places like that, and all the smaller islands there at the top side of the Leeward Islands. It's moving to the west-northwest at about 14 miles per hour as we track the tropics. And you know, we're looking at gusts. That's a gust of 200 miles an hour.
Wow.
200 miles an hour. And you know, if we were talking about tornadoes, we'd be talking about the EF scale tornado. That's when you get to 200 miles an hour. That's what that is.
Yeah, and typically I would look at that, not being a trained eye like yourself, look at that and be like, this looks like really bad news for Jacksonville. But y'all say this thing is going to take a hard turn at some point.
There's a number of elements, components within this. There's a frontal boundary that's going to be off the East Coast. It'll help direct it away in an area of high pressure back in the Atlantic that's weak enough that it's going to make more of a move to the north. But as you can see, as we go through the next several days, all the way into early next week. Now, this is going to slow down in its movement, which means it's going to stay a very strong Category 5, Category 4 hurricane. And it's going to move eventually maybe up towards Bermuda. We'll take a look and show you the computer models and the way this tracks away from any landmass. It'll kind of skirt by some of those eastern Bahama Islands. But this takes us up to the time frame right there. You can see at the top right-hand side of there, the time is?
Yep, 2 p.m. Thursday.
2 p.m. Thursday, just to the southeast of Bermuda, and then takes a track almost due north. Look how close that puts it to Bermuda. It's really in between North Carolina, say maybe the Outer Banks and Bermuda at that time. What's going to happen? Bermuda will get some very high winds. They'll get tropical storm force winds probably up to maybe about 73 miles an hour. Heavy rain and dangerous surf. That's what will happen to Bermuda if this model is true. And then it takes a turn to the north, a little bit to the northeast out in the Atlantic Ocean. It could affect maybe Halifax, Nova Scotia, eventually moves.
But we're talking about a week and a half out now. I mean,
this is a week from this weekend.
Okay.
This happens. So it's such a slow-moving storm, so no threat at all to us anytime soon. These are the strongest storms in history. Back in 1980, there was a hurricane called Allen. It had winds gusting up to 190 miles an hour.
Wow.
1935, to show you the records going back that far, it was called, this is back before names were given, it was just called the day on when it hit. That was the Labor Day storm, 1935, 185 mile an hour winds. And that's also Gilbert from 1988 that did all the destruction to Jamaica at that time. Wilma from 2005, 185. And Dorian, 2019. That was not that long ago.
No.
And that had the winds up about 185 mile an hour. Those were gusts. So we use two models to talk about normally, the GFS or the American and then the European model, and both of them pretty much in alignment over the next several days all the way into next week, pretty much tracking close to each other, taking that turn heading to the north. The American model stays into the Atlantic and the European goes actually into Nova Scotia, into Canada. And that actually could cause some major problems up there. That would be not next week, but the week after that. So a lot could happen between now and then. So the spaghetti plots, these are all the different computer models thrown in together. So it looks like spaghetti noodles. And you can see primarily most of those keep this storm system in the Atlantic Ocean away from the East Coast and head up towards maybe the Northern Atlantic. We'll talk about our weather. Got some plans this weekend, Ben?
Not really.
Okay, it's going to rain just a little bit.
That's fine.
But it's going to be cooler.
You know what? We had some really nice weekends.
We did,
over the last few weeks. And after the summer started off with lots of rainy weekends, we had a good August.
We had the August weekends where it was very hot but dry. This is kind of cooler and rainy, but not all day sustained rain, but certainly in the weather picture. Monday and Tuesday can be great. Wednesday, more showers. And Thursday of next week is the beginning of several days with temperatures in the upper 70s.
How nice is that?
It's finally a reward.
It would be really nice. I'm glad we had a hot August and had some hot, sunny weekends in August. And now we're going to have some cooler temperatures. A little rain won't hurt anybody.
Said, August, get out of here.
That's right. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. August, get out of here. Joy, hope that storm stays far away. I think Joy speaks for a lot of us.
Thank you, Joy Mike.
Yep, feel the same way as everybody else. All right, folks, chime in. And then, of course, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you back here Monday morning.
Dark and early.
That's right.